Acho, I'll ask you this. Are the Chiefs the best team in the AFC?
Oh, absolutely. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. The only shadow of a doubt could be the New England Patriots, who are a little bit behind them. That's a little bit of shadow. But the way that the Chiefs are playing right now, let's start with their defense. Yes, I get it. They struggled last night without their star defensive player, one of their stars, Chris Jones. They struggled. But the last 6-7 weeks on their win streak, they have been dominant, giving up 9 points, 14 points, 9 points. So defensively, they're great. And then what we saw the last 10 minutes of the game, including overtime, what Patrick Mahomes was able to do, what Travis Kelce was able to do, 10 catches, 191 yards. We saw what Tyreek Hill, like this play right here, for me, I play linebacker. This dude caught the ball, outrun everybody, ran into the end zone. Tyreek Hill does the exact same thing. If the Chiefs are able to put it together, which you're seeing shades of them putting it together, if they are, this team will be extremely, extremely dangerous come playoff time. As I mentioned, there is a shadow, and that shadow is over in New England, in Massachusetts, with Bill Belichick. I get it. That's the shadow. But the Kansas City Chiefs at their best, oh, man, they're going to be a team that nobody has a chance to beat.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think it's the New England Patriots. I think it's the consistency in which the complete teams plays with. I think it's always being able to look at this team and understand what you're going to get. You're going to get great defensive play. You're going to get multiplicity defensively. You're going to get an offense that's going to run the football, put their quarterback in the right positions to succeed, and a quarterback that's going to make quick decisions and make those decisions in time to give his skilled players opportunities to make plays after the catch. I believe this team has gotten better and better as the season that's gone on. And when I look at a matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots, I love the way that the New England Patriots can attack them defensively, because the Kansas City Chiefs not only don't run the football well, but they refuse to run the football. And that's the way to attack this Patriots defense. And then offensively, they're going to run the football down the Kansas City Chiefs' throat. They're going to be physical, and then they're going to make timely plays, whether it's using trick plays or using Mac Jones in the play action game. And so I do believe that if it comes down to pick 'em, it's going to be extremely hard to ever bet against what we've seen Patrick Mahomes do at his height. But when we're talking about teams and consistent play and showing that they can consistently be good in all three areas, I believe the New England Patriots have that edge.
All right, Chiefs on a 7-game win streak. Speaking of the New England Patriots, has the Colts-Pats rivalry been renewed? Once Peyton and Tom, now it's Carson versus Max. Saturday night, we have a matchup of the NFL's third highest scoring offense, the Colts, put up more than 28 points per game, and the highest ranked scoring defense, the Pats, adding more than 15 points per game on D. RC, this is going to be a good one, especially how these teams match up. Is this a bigger statement game for the Patriots or the Colts?
I think it's a bigger statement game for the Indianapolis Colts. Carson Wentz was brought here to win football games like this. Frank Reich felt like he could put Carson Wentz in the right positions where we could see 2017 Carson Wentz, which we believe was one of the best football players in the world. And that's what he needs to be on this weekend. The Colts need to show that this run game, that this extremely fast defense can play against a team like the New England Patriots that are going to be extremely physical, a team like the Patriots that are extremely sound, a team like the Patriots that's on a 7-game winning streak. This is what the Colts were supposed to be. Since they ran out of luck, we've been waiting on them to have a quarterback. We say that they could just get Jacoby Brissett to play, then they could be all right. If they could just get Phillip Rivers to play, then they could be all right. This is a team that gave the Buffalo Bills all they wanted in the divisional playoffs last year. So now is their time. Now is their time to show that now that we are coming along incrementally, we can beat the big dogs in the NFL. We can beat the big dogs of the AFC. Do I think that they'll win? I don't. But I do believe they have a puncher's chance. And within that puncher's chance, it's going to be on Frank Reich and Carson Wentz to find a way to beat Bill Belichick and Mac Jones. This is a huge game for the Indianapolis Colts, not only because of the standings, but because of what it will mean inside of that building as far as it goes to competing for a championship the way that they are constructed now with Carson Wentz.
See, I disagree with that, RC. I think that within the building, I think the players in that building already believe. I think they believe when nobody else believes. That's number one. Number two, so as far as like, okay, well, we proved we could beat the Patriots. I think they know, even if they lose, they know they can win and know they can compete no matter what else anyone believes. And then number two, when I think about statement games, I think about, okay, how do people respond after you win or lose a certain game? For me, this is a bigger statement game for the Patriots and not the Colts. The reason why it's not a big statement game for the Colts is that even if the Colts find a way to win the game, and I think they will, even if the Colts find a way to win, we're not going to be sitting here saying, man, the Colts are going to be this great team, going to go win a Super Bowl. We're probably going to be saying, man, the Patriots, it was close, and they're still going to find a way. They're still better. The Chiefs are still better. That's why it's not a statement game for the Colts. I think it's a statement game for the Patriots because, number one, they've already won 7 in a row, and people have said this is probably going to be one of, if not their toughest match. Obviously, the Bills, you got the Bills before and after they won the first one against the Bills. But if you go and beat a team like the Colts that's won 6 out of 8 and that is playing really, really, really good football, to me, that's a bigger statement for Mac Jones as a quarterback. We know who Bill Belichick is. We know what their defense is. But it's a statement to say, wow, this Patriots team, yes, okay, they actually do overtake the Chiefs for the best team in the AFC. But even if the Colts win, ain't nobody going to really care about it.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. If the Colts win this game, we're talking about beating a team that has just won 7 games in a row. You're talking about beating a team that is coached by the greatest football coach, at least NFL coach of all time. A team that has been running roughshod through the AFC. A team that hasn't lost a football game on the road. There's so much going on in New England. We talk about from the offseason of Bill Belichick putting this team together until now with the way that this team is finally playing. There is no way on God's green earth that we come in here Monday morning and the Indianapolis Colts win this game and we are not talking about the consequences and implications of what this means. There will be questions on first take. Can the Indianapolis Colts win the AFC? Why? Because they've beaten a team that we're talking about having an opportunity to be the best in the AFC. They're beating a team that coming into this weekend were the top seed in the AFC. They're beating a team with the quarterback in Carson Wentz who hasn't won huge games, not only this year as a coach, but in his career. We have to remember, Nick Foles took the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl. Nick Foles is the guy that has the statue. Nick Foles is the guy that had little mannequins in people's locker. And so when we look at this team, this will be a huge game for Carson Wentz, a huge game for the Indianapolis Colts organization, and a huge game for 2021.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.